Hi students, Ginger here. Today we're going to learn about gerunds. Gerunds look like verbs. They end in ing, but they function like nouns. You can have them as subjects, you can have them as objects of prepositions, you can have them as complements after the verb, and they're very, very functional. So let's learn about gerunds. We're going to start by reading for 2 minutes in our textbook, Grammar in Context, published by National Geographic and written by Sandra Elbaum. We love our book, don't we? Okay, turn to page 260 if you have your book. I also have the reading here for you. I've got to make myself tiny. Oh, before I do, I need you to get your timing device. Probably going to be your phone, right? And I want you to set it for 2 minutes because that's how long you're going to read for. You're going to read 200 words in 2 minutes. And I'm going to go away and come back when you're done reading. Okay, so go ahead and get your phone, set it for 2 minutes. And now I can make myself tiny. Okay, here is our reading. It's called Finding a Job, and it's on page 260. So we're going to read the section right here, and it starts with finding a job in the United States takes time and effort. Here are some tips to help you. So all of this information here is advice about finding a job in the US. Are you ready to read? Get your phone or your timer. 2 minutes. Are you ready? Okay. When you finish your 2-minute reading, come back and I'll be right here. How did that go? How many times did you read it? If you read it one time from top to bottom, you read at 100 words a minute and 200 words in 2 minutes, right? If you read the whole thing twice, you read at 200 words a minute, which is a good goal for you if you're about to go to college. And if you read it 1.5 times, which is more common for my students, then you read it at 150 words a minute. And you can extrapolate from there. Okay, you saw words that were bolded, right? Finding a job in the United States. Wow, look at that. That's the subject of the sentence. And here's the verb, takes. Takes time and effort. You know about verbs, right? If you change it from the present to the past, this whole sentence, the only word that changes is the verb. So finding a job in the United States last year took time and effort. There's the verb. It changed. All right. Why didn't this change? Because it's a gerund functioning as a noun, and it's actually the subject of this sentence. Let's look for other gerunds. Here's a command verb, avoid. You know that the subject is you, right? When you hear a command. All right, so avoid is the verb. Including unnecessary information is the gerund following the verb. Isn't that cool? I know, right? Okay, one more gerund. Here is a sentence here. One way is by looking on the internet. One way was, there's the verb, little tiny b verb, and here's a preposition, by. And then, following after the preposition is the gerund, looking on the internet. So you know a little trick about gerunds? If you take away the gerund and you put it, which is a pronoun for nouns, right? Then you can tell that it's functioning as a noun. One way is by it, or avoid it, and it takes time and effort. All right, I think we've got our framework here. Let's look at the page with all the information, all the lists of verbs. Okay, we have the different prepositions that can follow the verb. So here's about, to, on, in, and when you use an object, it's usually from, right? So care about, complain about, dream about, these are all verbs that you can use with those prepositions. And if you use dream, then about, here's a sentence for you to study. My sister dreams about becoming an engineer. Do you see how that works? My sister dreams about it. What is it? Oh, becoming an engineer. There's a gerund after a preposition. All right, so you can have about, to, on, in. These are words that are very common, and if you can master these, you can learn prepositions, which are tough, and also learn situations where you can use gerunds. So it's very useful. We have some irregulars here. Look forward to and object to. Those two prepositions can seem a little confusing, but we can look at those in more detail when we write our sentences, which is what we're going to do next. Okay, so when we have the verb plus preposition plus gerund, so if we use care about ing, then we can write a sentence like Miguel cares about. What does Miguel care about? Miguel cares about hanging out with his friends. All right, that's a good sentence. Or if we don't like that one, we can say Miguel cares about being a good son. How about that? All right. If we use talk as the verb, about as the preposition, what can we put after that? That's a gerund. Dakota always talks about making money. All right. Or another ending, we can say Dakota always talks about becoming a star. Maybe he's an actor. And plan plus on plus ing. Chloe plans on traveling to Buenos Aires. Did I spell that right? No guarantees. I better switch it quick. Okay. Chloe plans on getting a good grade on her test. All right. Do you see how that works with gerunds? Isn't that cool? I know, right? These are very useful and can make your writing super impressive. Okay, now look at this irregular. So we usually when we put to and we're working with gerunds and infinitives, we would put like to go, to do, to eat, to drive, to run, to dance, right? That's an infinitive form. But here's an irregular. It's a verb that includes a to. Look forward to. The to is part of this idiomatic verb, right? So we can put an ing after it. It's going to look very strange. You'll feel like you're making a mistake, but don't worry. This is an irregular. And there's only 4 total irregulars, 2 verbs and 2 adjectives. All right. Every day our class looks forward to reading. I'm a reading teacher. What can I say? If you don't like that, you can put our class looks forward to conversing. Oh, that's a silly word. Not very common, huh? How about talking in groups? All right, talking in groups. The little S didn't make it onto the screen. But you get the idea, right? It's okay to put a to and a gerund afterwards for these irregulars. And you can study more about them on the page from your book, right? This page right here. You see look forward to and object to. I look forward to getting a job and saving money. I object to speeding in cars. I object to being around careless drivers. Oh, that upsets me. All right, so we've kind of covered our verbs, I think. At least we've had the beginning introduction to verbs. And now we're going to go on to the next kind of patterns for gerunds, and that is adjectives. Okay, adjectives and prepositions can also be followed by gerunds. And adjective plus preposition of, about, for, to, object, for, object, right? Adjective plus to plus object plus for. Let's look at the example. I'm grateful to you for helping me find a job. So you can put an object like you in there, or he, she, or they, and then preposition is for, and then a gerund after that. Pretty nice, complicated sentence if you ask me. Alrighty, the other one is at, to, and in. And again, this to is going to cause you a little bit of stress because, oh my gosh, to put a to plus a gerund just doesn't look right. But for these two words, accustomed to and used to, you can put a gerund. I'm not accustomed to talking about my strengths. Okay, so study this list and then let's look at some sentences to help you put them into action. So we're going to go down. It's going to be really smooth, right? Okay, here are the regular kinds of adjective plus preposition plus gerund. Let's think of the word proud. Proud plus of plus ing. All right, in a sentence, Kay Young seems proud of playing the piano. If you don't like that one, let's see. Kay Young seems proud of getting her first job. That's a good sentence. All right, excited. That's an adjective, right? Don't worry about the ed. Some adjectives have eds. Excited about something, ing. Sine is excited about working for Microsoft. Oops, there we go. Or Sine is excited about I'm such a teacher. What can I say? Learning about gerunds. Sine is excited about working with you. All right. So you can see the gerund here, right? And it's just a really cool way to end a sentence. Of course, you can say Sine is excited about it because this is working like a noun, right? But if they want to know what it is, and we always do, then you can put a gerund there. All right, last one, interested plus in plus ing. Muriel is interested in learning Chinese. Okay, or if you don't like that ending, what else is she interested in? Muriel is interested in helping her classmate. Oh, that's kind of a strange sentence. Let me try again. Muriel is interested in learning to cook. All right, I like that one. And of course we have our irregular down at the bottom. Oh my goodness, this is probably one of the toughest parts of English grammar right here that we will study. Used to. Okay, used to. Used is an adjective. I always do my happy test to find out if it's an adjective or not. So in my case, I take out used and I put in happy. We are happy to, you know. I know, it also is a past tense verb. Oh my gosh, it's so confusing. All right, in this case, we're going to use it with the be verb. We are used to. We are used to laughing at her jokes. Oh my gosh. We are used to, there's my preposition. We are used to living in the dorms. In the corns, in the dorms. All right. So, we are used to. And we are excited about living in the dorms. We are used to living in the dorms. Just try to substitute something that you know when you're using the word used because it has so many forms, right? Alrighty, well, I think my time is almost up. So I'm going to rejoin you here. And I'm going to thank you for joining me today, learning about gerunds, and have fun studying on your own. Bye!